My name is Igwe Ojike. His Royal Highness is Igwe Ojike, M.O.N. That means member of the Order of the Niger. I am the immediate past chairman of Ohafia LGA Traditional Rulers Council and the financial secretary of Ohafia Traditional Rulers Council. We had a Quinquennium Conference in my palace today. This was a follow-up to a conference which we had in 2017 called Moving Ohafia Forward. At that conference, we mapped out strategies and projects we had wanted to accomplish within the 5-year period. Luckily, we've accomplished quite a number of them, but we have not completed the others. This conference today at my palace is designed to tackle a number of issues, namely the dredging of Uduma River and the installation of hydroelectric power plant to supply power, electric power, to about 1 million households in both Hydroelectric and Ohafia Local Government Areas. The second tradition or project we intend to do is to compile a list of all business angels. That means people who are prepared to invest in all our projects in Ohafia. Ohafia has lacked the collective investment policy. Everything we've done so far has been individualistic, and we want to change that trend. We want to change that narrative and make sure that we have a combined effort to implement our projects. Other projects we intend to do are compilation of the names of business angels in Ohafia and in diaspora. This compilation will include non-Ohafia citizens insofar as such people are prepared in Ohafia. We want to revive the self-help initiative of our people and do away with dependency complex. Dependency complex is the idea that government should do everything for you. So we want to start a new initiative where we do things for ourselves, do things for our communities, do things for the government, and expect the government to do things for us. The theme of this conference is solutions, solutions, solutions. It's not a talk show because everybody knows the problem confronting us. What we are doing is to devise means of solving those problems. That's why we said the theme is solutions, solutions, solutions. We want to establish a regional market at Asaga, Zagugu, to attract people from other African countries like Cameroon, other states like Benue, Ebonyi, Akwa Ibom, and Cross River. We are going to make sure that we mount pressure on Abia State and Cross River State government to put a bridge across the Cross River, because that will facilitate the movement of people from outside our vicinity. We also want to make sure that the idea of dependency and palliative is completely wiped out from our culture. We do not, I say it again, we do not believe in begging, and we do not believe in palliatives, because God has given us land, God has given us intellect, God has given us the technology to produce everything and feed ourselves. We want to revive that culture. All the other projects we intend to do will be to compile what we usually call the brain power of our ancestors. If you look at Ohafia, you discover that our ancestors were ultra intelligent. The settlement pattern, the governing structure, and the law enforcement agency, everything, the pursuit of war and the rule of law, they've all been copied and imitated by other communities, including Western Europe. Western Europe has imitated our idea of terrace building and improved on it by making it a single-story building. There are so many others that our people initiated, like democratization. We were the first to establish democracy in the world. Our democratic institutions are second to none, and they are still being practiced today. So this conference has been really rewarding, and we'll make sure that all hands will be on deck to implement it. One thing which we would like to point out is that no plan, no matter how beautiful, is worth it unless it has financial pillars to support it. And we have produced a template which will enable us produce the financial pillars to support all our projects. I think that should be how far I can go. Thank you very much.
I am His Royal Highness Eze Okoha Kalukoha JP. I'm the Quinquennium of Local Autonomous Community and the paramount ruler Ezeogo Ebem Ohafia Ancient Kingdom. And I'm also the chairman of Ohafia Traditional Rulers Council. Well, you call us royal fathers, and fathers always think about the welfare of their children. What we've been doing these years is to try and find out how we can better the conditions that our people, especially the young ones, are passing through. For a long time, we already know Ohafia people are very conscious of the fact that they get minimum attention from the government. You cannot point at so many things here being done or having been done by a government. So that sense of self-help is always very strong in all Ohafians. We like to help ourselves. And what we've done today is to look at the potentials of Ohafia. Ohafia people are not lazy people. We are very strong human beings, very well-willed. And we are industrious, and we are very accommodating of others. So we are asking ourselves, why is it with all these qualities and with all the endowments from nature, we have very fertile soil, we have part of our land here pregnant with very valuable minerals, and we are blessed with waterways. So why can't we harness these things? And we constructed ourselves into a think tank, thinking out how we can improve on Ohafia, our economy, our economic engagement with other people, roads, but above all, power. We've not had electric light in Ohafia for the past 5 years. I mean, public electricity power. So we are thinking along all these things. This is all the proposals we made. That is what we have laid before the people, and we listened to them, and they have reacted very positively. So what we need now is action. Action that will lead to the solution of our problems, so that we can find ourselves where we need to be now. The average Ohafia man believes that he is not where he should be. Ohafia is not where it should be. So we are doing everything from our own angle. They say that if the leadership is strong, the followership will be strong. So we want to give the people very strong leadership at the traditional level.
I'm Carlo Prince Iroha. I'm the Director General of Ohafia Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, OSIMA. Today, we are having a conference, a summit, to gather all necessary arsenals at our disposal to rebuild Ohafia. As our topic says today, solution. Our intent is to find the best approach to develop Ohafia. Ohafia is supposed to be the third town in Abia State, and no other person is going to do it except people from Ohafia with the help of the government. That is why this conference today is necessitated, because all of us must come together, despite our political parties, despite every other varieties. We must come together to ensure that Ohafia's functioning is being enhanced. That is why we are here today. Furthermore, our president, Chief Quinquennium Joseph Palmer, and the chairman of Ohafia Traditional Rulers Council, His Royal Majesty Okoha, they have been working harmoniously to ensure that what we are about to have today will bring up a positive impact, a positive fruit, and the impact is going to be epicodial in all perspective. So today is going to be a great day, and Ohafia is going to be well developed in all perspective. Thank God for our Traditional Rulers Council, who have all come up in mass to ensure that this is going to happen in their own era. And we in the Chamber of Commerce, we are not going to leave any stone unturned. We must ensure that all that we need to achieve will be achieved effectively.
My names are His Royal Highness Eze, Elder Dr. Ezra Uduma Ezra, JP, the Enyiwofia III of Ania Ohafia, the Secretary General of Ohafia Traditional Rulers Council, and also the Secretary General of Ohafia LGA, Local Traditional Rulers Council. I am also the Secretary of the Ohafia Traditional Rulers Conference, the conference that took place today. So I am talking in so many dual positions presently. What happened today is what we have been planning for the past 5 years. We try to capture opportunities that exist and abound tremendously in Ohafia through the instrumentality and the brazen capabilities of His Royal Highness Eze Igwe Ojike, MON. We identified very important economic sectors within our system here in Ohafia that needs to be harnessed so that Ohafia too can grow like other zones in Abia State, like Umuahia and Aba zones. So through his instrumentality that he brought it up to the Traditional Rulers Council, we felt that it was a viable project. We brought this to the attention of His Excellency, the Governor of Abia State, who is also a visionary leader, and automatically he gave approval that we should go ahead. So today, captains of industries were invited. 26 villages in Ohafia were represented. Their president generals were here. Politicians were here. In fact, the cream of cream in Ohafia came for this meeting, and we brainstormed projects. We have draft projects that are in line that we felt we should look into on how to develop it. Such projects like having a hydroelectric power plant in Ohafia, dredging of the Uduma River. In fact, somebody from Taiwan came here with the intention of dredging the Uduma River and at the same time cultivating rice here. So we also have plans for industries like establishing a roofing asbestos and the plant roofing equipment into Abia State and into Ohafia. So these things are there. We only expect an encouragement from other people around and sensitizing them to make sure that they support this project. We have partners outside in diaspora where we feel we should, as a matter of urgency, meet and consult, who are ready to partner with us to ensure that these projects come to fruition. So it is not something that will end up without first of all thanking God for giving us the enablement and thanking the traditional rulers for their initiative to ensure that what we project, what we plan to do, come to fruition. And we are trying to set up different committees to look into these various areas whereby they will come up in the next 2-3 weeks where with concrete programs on the ground so that we can take off efficiently. We expect that by the end of this year, something critical will start happening in Ohafia, whereby this youth restfulness and other behaviors by our young people due to lack of jobs will end or will be reduced to the barest minimum. We also want to ask that our donor partners from abroad will have time to come and look into our proposal, because certain communique will come out after this meeting from now, where we will extend it out to foreign countries, and we expect that their response will be of much good to us.
I'm Professor Iche Waikalo, the Vice Chancellor of Evangel University at Akeze, a freeborn of Ohafia from Uduma River, but I'm an estate surveyor and valuer. That's my profession. There's a need for our people to change our system and type of agriculture. Basically, the male adult in Ohafia is supposed to be a yam farmer. But if yam we're farming, it's not the production. This yam is not good enough. It's not big enough for us to feed. It's not big enough for us to sell. It's just there for decoration in the barn. And at the end of the year or beginning of the year, you take it back from the barn to the farm. So it impoverishes the male adults of Ohafia. they rely on the women who farm on cassava, melon, vegetables, maize, and all that. That is what they rely on. And you find that women are the ones that are responsible for training children here, because males are not capable because of that thing they do. So we have to, this is the time for us to change. What do we change? We can go to rice production, because we found out that we have a lot of land that can be used for rice production. And that is the reason I brought this team from Thailand to show us the methodology that is adopted in rice production in Thailand. And the system that is not just using human beings, a system that is also using drones. For example, they use drones to plant. They use artificial intelligence to harvest. We have a number of persons that could be engaged in doing this in our society. But even if we don't have people, I am saying that technology has changed things so much that they can even use drones. I was told that drones can even plant large acreage in a year, and also have equipment for harvesting, assuming we don't have people. But I know too that there may be people that we have for this. And so we have large hectares of land that's unused. The only thing is that we need to dredge the Uduma River, which spans several kilometers from Igwe to Amanku, and then goes on to Aruchuku. So that's what we only need to do, in order that the type of rice farming that is done in Thailand will come in here. So it will be a matter of importing rice. You know, federal government has banned that. But since we have the same type of land that is in Thailand, well, nothing prevents us from getting involved in rice production. Some may say it's very difficult to do, but I'm saying that technology has made it a lot simpler. So what that needs to be done for them to prepare the land for this type of mechanized farming. And then that would change the situation for us. We will now have enough rice to eat, and maybe rice to export outside Nigeria. You know, first of all, we have enough to. You know, rice has become a staple food in Nigeria. There's hardly anywhere you go now, and they won't give you rice. First of all, I ask you whether you want rice first, and then maybe the other local type of food. So if we start rice production in Ohafia in a way that is revolutionary, in a way that is not being done elsewhere, then a lot of people will come back from Aba. There are people living in Aba who are not doing anything, but then come in here. The land is there for them to farm. That was just what I was saying. The other aspect was the issue of artisanal limestone milling. We have limestone with very high calcium concentration. So we can encourage people to start artisanal limestone milling. We only need a few people to get technicians to fabricate machines for them, and they begin to mill that. It will become a lot of, will improve the income of Ohafia community. First, I'm not in agriculture. Those that are in agriculture are right here behind me. Those that have the idea, they have the expertise, they know what to do. In fact, they're coming from Thailand. So they will tell me what we really require. I'll come back to our people. You see, the land is very, very important. Though the land is there vast, the land doesn't belong to me. And that's why I think that we presented this at the right forum. They are in a position, the elders, the traditional rulers, know how to acquire. If they see us get into that place or trying to dredge the river, nobody will raise any alarm. So they will support us in the implementation of this, and we will also publish this on the various fora. We have Ohafia Assembly, Ohafia Development, all sorts, and ask for those that are interested to join us. And then, of course, we all need to talk to the people that the villages that have land on the sides of Uduma River, starting from Nkwebi to Oboro, Undak, there are Ebem, Yisugu, Uduma, Amanku. That's what we need to do. So luckily, most of them are here. So it won't be coming to them fresh because they've already learned about this program. We also would need maybe government assistance on the issue of dredging the Uduma River, because unless it is dredged, it becomes a little difficult to have access to the vast land that is being wasted there. But if they have a technology that will make that better, that will not just be dredging the river, they will also come with it. They should know better what to do. So very soon, I mean, when I say soon, I mean very soon, we'll get cracking on the matter. We'll have to get all the fire with the 4 cylinders.
My name is Awa Maxwell King from Rice Science Center, Thailand. Yes, we are here because we want to make sure that there is food in Abia State and also food in Ohafia as a community. We know that there is hunger in the land, there is poverty in land, there is even malnutrition. And these things are something that can only be solved through mechanized farming. And I believe we have the solution. We are from Thailand, the #1 rice exporter of rice in the world. And we know we have a model, a technical model that can solve the problem of food insecurity. And that's why we are here. Yes, we know that muscle can expire, but the brain stays long. So we are coming with knowledge. We have what we call 3M. One is material, machinery, and management. You know, in rice farming, the most important aspect of rice farming is in what we call land preparation. 67% of what we do, a 3M model that we want to introduce into Nigeria. And when I say 3M, the first M is what we call material. When we say material, we are talking about things like fertilizer, herbicides, and fungicide. There is a particular fungicide that we call trichodemia, which is like a baby food for rice. It's not used here, but we have the technology to produce it locally. We have quality materials that will help us increase our yield from average of 3 tons per hectare to 6. We can do 10. Like in Thailand, they do 10 tons per hectare. But we are starting with 6 tons and then we improve. Then the other one is machinery. Muzzles, we don't use muzzles to farm. What we use is machine. Machine stays in the farm. They don't get sick, they don't get tired. So for us to actually feed our people, we have to put in our machine and they will run for 24 hours. The other one is management. You know, you need to manage your farm. It's a business. Down here, we do seasonal farming, dry and wet season. But what we're introducing is 24 hours farming. We are going to take advantage of this Uduma River and then do proper mechanized irrigation. That means we will farm from January till December. That's what we are bringing on board. So that we are bringing increase in yield, bringing technology, then bringing super management. Because at the end of the day, farming is a very serious business. An investor putting his money, a service provider does his work, a farmer monitors what we do. At the end of the day, it becomes a win-win situation. So that is the model we are bringing. It has been practiced in Thailand, it's working, and we believe it will even work more because we are blessed. We are so much blessed with land. I can say that rice has a natural habitation in Ohafia.
My name is Sike Igara. First of all, I am the outgoing chairman, Labour Party, Abia State, and the national vice chairman, Labour Party, Southeast. Coincidentally, I am also the President General of Nkwebi Development Union, Ohafia. That is this place you are in now. I'm the President General, and I had invited the President Generals. So that's why I decided to come and look in and see what's actually going on here. I want to thank you very, very much. If you look at the road network here, it's so bad and so pathetic. Not just this community, All the other remaining 5 communities behind us, their roads are as bad as this. You don't see the presence of government around this environment. I must be honest to you, every facility you see around here is done by the community. Like the schools, some of the, just this morning, the principal told me that the Ministry of Education gave them some books. I said, oh, wow, which means they have started remembering us. So because they have started remembering us, I said, okay, maybe things will be better. Really, because of this road, I personally, we've discussed it. I discussed it even before now, before this present government. We discussed it and we made sure it entered into the RAMP program, the World Bank program. The one from Ozuabam to Sisibia there, the one from Owanyang down to Uduma here, and the one from the postal office there down to Okabwe. All those, these are the major roads that are cutting off this community, cutting off Ndako, cutting off Oboro, cutting off Ndudumuku and Ozuabam. All these roads, these are areas this food come out from. These are areas I recall during the campaigns. I recall when I went there in the night, myself and Honorable Bokoro Songwa, there was no road to even get there. We had to park somewhere and walk down. I mean, we are in the 21st century. I've also told some of us, some of the people in this community, to record the state of this road. Let's see whether we can play it up to the governor, to the commissioner for works, and all the other people that are involved, and let's see how they can just give us a palliative work so that people can be moving on this road. It's very pathetic. What's happening here is very pathetic, and it is beyond what the community can do on their own. So I also want to join forces with the Traditional Council of Ohafia to call on the governor to look at the pathetic nature of the roads from Oboro, Ozuabam, Ndudumuku, Ndako, Nkwebi, Okagwe, down to Sisibia Junction. And from this other lane, from the same road, Nkwebi, Okagwe, down to Amebu. When this road is done, you have opened up these other 6 villages behind us here. So I was also happy when I heard, when the mayor of Ohafia called me and said that they are opening up one of the track roads here from Nkwebi to Aboji. I said, that's a beautiful thing. So I don't know the extent. I don't know what they've done really. But you cannot fly to that point. You must pass through these other arterial roads before you get to that one. And I think when we present this kind of documentation to His Excellency, I know he will do something about it. So I keep encouraging our people to remain law-abiding. Of course, you know that the quantum of votes that came out from here, they didn't even vote PDP. It was, they voted Labour Party. One, the state chairman is from this zone. And of course, it's still going to replicate again. As the President General of this community, last 2 months, I brought a team of people to look at our water system. Because we have a system here where water percolates somewhere and we reticulate it around the entire community. That has been very bad. I have also sent a team to go and get us the cost of that, this project. Number 2, there's no light here. I was told they stole the armored cable and few other things. I've brought a team to also look at the holistic approach. They've given me about 2 million naira or so to fix it and to make sure that this is working. So I've also brought some people to create layouts and all those things so that between now and the end of the year, we can bring in machines and open up all the routes that will link all these villages. These are all things, it's not something we'll do in a jiffy. It's something we'll take our time to plan and then start implementing. So we have also done all these things. I've also raised the awareness that our people need to collaborate with the new executive of the union to make sure that these things are done, pending when the government will fully step in to provide us some of these amenities and facilities. I've also discussed this with a ministry, and the promise, of course, the promise to come and look at the educational facilities here. They've been here, they've looked at it, and I know they're working on it. Very soon, they'll come and give a touch to the schools here, both the secondary and the primary. And I don't just want them to stop here. I want them to, after doing here, they should move down to places like Oboro, Ndodumoko, Dako, some of these other villages that appear to have been forgotten. I recall one of them met me and said, if nothing is done, that they would prefer to go and join than joining Ohafia. They would prefer to go to Ozabam or go to Abreba and forget about Ohafia. So I told them, no, it is not, it hasn't gotten so bad. So I've also decided, of course, I've spoken to the Ohafia President General, Ohafia Improvement Union. I've spoken to him about this. And I said, we need to have a holistic approach to the development which we want to bring Ohafia into. If this is not done, and we do them piecemeal, we may not be able to have a kind of integrated development agenda or plan I am thinking about. I appeal, as you are living, you can just, because you have your camera, you can just take a shot of some of the bus spots or the roads itself. It will go a long way to explain to Abians what the people within this vicinity, what they have been passing through for years. So, because if we do it, it will appear as if we are already being biased. But if it's from a point, a reputable organization like yours, they will know it's a very serious business. It's a very serious activity. And that will help the community to push along.